talk about the sport itself and the environment and how it happened and how it went down at the end there. It's emotions get the better of players in certain situations. Yeah, it just is bad to see that. I know Myles Garrett probably feels horrible after witnessing that and seeing that. You know, everyone says in the heat of the moment, and you know, there's this rivalry or whatever that is, but athletes get, it's almost kind of like a switch goes off in their head. And when it's that intense, things happen, and I think that this was a moment of that happening. It's kind of, you look at it and say, oh, well, you know, it's horrible to see, it's horrible to watch. I've met Myles Garrett. I think he's a really nice guy, stand-up guy, had a great conversation with him. This kind of stuff happens in sports sometimes, and it's going to leave a scar for him. He felt bad about it. I like the way he responded right away after the incident. I also like the way his coach responded afterwards, because the responsibility for the team. So, should he get suspended? Yes, he should get suspended, without a doubt.
No one's arguing he shouldn't.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I think he should be suspended as
of
well.
course.
It's just the length of the suspension and the hysterical overreaction this morning. Kick him out of the league, rest of the year.
No. I don't think you should kick him out of the league. I think he should be suspended for sure. That's up for them to decide that. We can only have opinions on that.
Well, I don't think it's right for him to be castigated as some criminal or what have you, and
Yeah.
you know, where people are talking about law enforcement officials. That's utterly ridiculous in my opinion. I think that's going too far.
Right.
And I do agree with you. When I met him and interviewed him, he seemed like a real nice guy and what have you.
Same.
And we're not going to sit up there and excoriate him or character assassinate him. But rules are rules, and he clearly broke them, and he was a bit excessive in doing so. And so, to me, it warrants a season-ending suspension. You got 6 games left.
Doesn't the NFL?
6 games. It warrants a 6-game suspension.
Doesn't the NFL need to take or would you like to see them take a heavy stance? Also, given how much attention they've given to like mental and head health and hits and
those
all of
sports
that.
Well, I think you're opening up a whole different conversation when you're talking about, you know, concussions and helmets and the game of football. That's, you know, that's something that I think the NFL shies away from. We're talking about concussions and in sports. My son plays ice hockey, and that's a violent sport. You know, if we want to talk concussions, that's a whole different.
Stuff people want to
Please,
suspend
that's a whole
people in
different
football
sport.
for. In hockey, you get 5 minutes in the penalty
I know,
box.
right? No, well, Donner Brashear got hit by Marty McSorley, right? Remember when that incident?
Yeah.
Took a stick and smacked him in the back of the head. I mean, emotions take over sometimes, and athletes snap. They snap. I agree with you. He should be suspended for the remainder of the season. I think that he should.
Yeah, I think 6 games at the outside, and since there's 6 games left, okay, I won't fight too hard against that. I don't think it should be a 6-game suspension. When you talk about head trauma, then the question is, and you made a point in the last segment, Roz, well, I'm focusing on the consequence. What about the behavior itself,
That's
right?
not
The intention.
the-
Okay,
the
well, in that
action,
case,
the action.
if we're concerned about head trauma on the field, etc., who started the fight? Who escalated the fight by trying to take off the other guy's helmet?
Well, wait a
Excuse-
second.
wait,
Whoa. The
wait.
fight started when the game started.
Well, okay, but
As far as I'm
the
concerned,
extracurricular fight started.
Happens on the offensive line
That-
every time in the quarters.
Sure,
At the start,
sure.
they start
It's-
talking. It's
right,
been
football is legal assault, actually, but
Okay, yeah.
okay, but then who escalated the fight by trying to remove the other guy's helmet, and then who, without his helmet, continued the fight? One guy ended the fight, but the other guy did all 3 of those things, and that speaks to like head safety. Also, you also must take responsibility for your own head safety, and Mason Rudolph did 2 things: try to take off the other guy's helmet and charge him without his own. But that's all on Myles Garrett.
Listen, I don't have him for too much time, so I'm going to transition.
Let's
I'm going to
transition. Go ahead.
transition a little bit because I got another hour to deal with him. Okay,
Come on,
you.
24
Yeah,
hours
go to you.
today.
Yeah.
Your Eagles going to win the NFC East?
Philly guy.
You know what? And I find out like Sproles is out now. JJ, he's coming back. Maybe bring him back in the fold. I think Howard Roseman has missed a couple opportunities.
So
To be
what are you
quite
trying
honest
to
with
say,
you.
David? Are you
I
trying to say
think
you're
that
gonna
the
count us
Eagles.
gonna win the
I
league?
think the Eagles will definitely make the playoffs. Okay, I think that the Eagles are better than the Cowboys.
Okay, you're not.
And I'm not skating the issue right here.
I expect
I
you
am
to
just.
be a bit more confident.
When I know Alshon Jeffrey may or may not be playing this weekend, that concerns me because it's a big game. You know, after that we play Seahawks. So
Okay.
that's a whole different story. So we got 2 big games coming up. These are 2 big games for the Philadelphia Eagles. home game against Patriots. Both of them been on a bye. So right now, where the Eagles stand, if I'm going to say they're going to make the playoffs, yes, but they're really hurting in the wide receiver position, and
Right.
they are hurting in the backfield.
I just want to get that
I
out.
love these Philly guys, man. Like they were catching babies, unlike Aguilar. Like you talk to someone from Philly that like growing up was the Eagles your whole
Yes.
life. They
Yeah.
were right, yeah.
Yeah, but I was
Enough
but I was
football.
born and raised in Buffalo, and I moved to Philadelphia when I was 7. So I was a Bills fan and a Sabres fan, and then I moved to Philly, and
It can't
that
last
was
long
it.
in
can't
Philly.
last. Not at the Vet or not at the Spectrum.
Right.
That's
What
not gonna
about, what
happen.
about your 76ers? Are they going to clean things up? They've been struggling a little bit.
You know what? I think the Sixers have, they got a great team. I mean, I'm a big Embiid fan, so, will they clean things up?
Got to change.
What's to say? They got to change? What do you mean they have to change?
No, I said they got to change.
They got a chance.
Tobias Harris got to hit a 3 eventually, right?
I got
Right.
them coming out of the East, but I got questions about their depth, and I have
Okay.
questions about their perimeter shooting since they lost J.J. Redick.
Okay.
They got to shoot
I
it and
respect
space
that.
it.
I respect that.
David,
Yes.
thank you for joining our show. It is
Thank
so
you.
cool to see you here.
Thank
Appreciate
you for having me.
your hot takes on the show. Make sure you watch David on his CBS show, SEAL Team, on Wednesday
I
nights
kind of want him back. He seemed to know a little bit more about sports than I thought he would.
at 9 p.m.
Oh, it's all over.
Eastern.
Let's go on the table. Let's get ready to go. Anytime you want to roll, man.
All right, much more to come on First Take. Two-time Super Bowl champ Damian Woody.